take a minute, now it didn't happen right away. When it get hot in the kitchen, you decide to stay.
Welcome to Evo India, and we are at the Greater Run of Kutch, and this is the new Jawa 350. It's called the 350 because it gets the bigger 334cc engine that we first saw in the Perak. But before we talk about the updates, let's first take a look at why Jawa Jawa, the old Jawa, needed updates. Perfection is something that can only be pursued, and this pursuit is what makes it oh so special. Case in point is this Jawa 350. It has been 5 years since the Jawa was first launched, and it remained more or less the same up until now. But why did it need updates in the first place? For that, we need to go back in time and check out all the old niggles that the original Jawa had. The Jawa Jawa is a really nice motorcycle. A really nice retro motorcycle that managed to pull on the heartstrings of many of Jawa aficionados when it was launched. But lest I drag the video on too much, here's a quick rundown of some of its flaws that I hope are rectified in the new version. That's a good engine. The engine has some vibes that creep up as you gain pace, vibes that you feel on your pegs and on your seat. Not really something that breaks the experience, but something that could be better. The suspension on this one was slightly stiff. Paired with a hard seat, it made sure that you felt all the bumps. Not something that you would want to experience on a retro motorcycle like this. The odometer on this one is really flat and horizontal. The numbers from 40 to 100 are really difficult to read when going at a decent clip. I hope it's a bit canted towards the rider now, which will make it a bit easier to read. While these twin exhaust pipes look really nice, there's a good chance that you would scrape either one of them or the main stand if you're a bit too enthusiastic in the corners. And now that we know what to look for in the new Jawa Jawa, let's go back to the future. Now before I swing a leg over this Jawa, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and don't forget to give the video a like and to share it with your friends. The biggest talking point of the Jawa 350 is its new 334cc engine, which by now you know makes lesser power and a slightly higher torque. Jawa has reduced the compression on this one, and that brings down the power, but the torque curve is now more linear, which makes the Jawa easy to ride, and that engine is now more tractable as well. Jawa has revised the gearbox as well, especially the second, third and the fourth gears, to help with the acceleration. There's a slip and assist clutch that helps you go through the gearbox smoothly. The low and the mid range is strong, and that helps with the quick turn of wheels. Speeds between 80 to 100 is where the Jawa feels more relaxed. But as the revs increase, the vibrations on the pegs and the handlebars increase, but they are not as prominent as before. Keep the revs low and the vibes aren't a buzzkill. On that note, Jawa has also worked on the exhaust note of this bike. They have made it sound much more raspier than before. That said, Jawa has removed the dB killers on this bike for the purposes of this test ride. It's not something that I am fond of, but if you like it, it's easy to remove them. I would rather have them on and enjoy the ride. Jawa have also revised the chassis and have made it much more stiffer. The wheelbase is longer too, which helps keep it stable on the highway. That said, you can take some corners with enthusiasm, but don't expect this to be a corner car only. The Jawa now gets taller suspension on both the ends, and that has also helped with the ground clearance. That said, the suspension feels a tad bit too stiff when you're at speed, but reduce the speeds and you can easily glide over the bumps. That's also helped with a new softer seat. Talking of, the seat is now taller as well. Jawa has updated the brakes on the new Jawa too. The front has a good bite and progression, but I would have preferred the rear to give me a good bite and a feedback as well. Now coming to styling, the Jawa is now bigger. The dimensions are much bigger than before. The wheelbase is longer. The seat is taller. But if there's one styling item that I'm not particularly fond of, it's the odometer. The position is the same. It's hard to read still. Should you buy the Jawa? If you like the Jawa, by all means. But if you're still in a doubt, I would suggest take a test ride. This bike is more than the sum of its parts, and it's something that you would not find out in a spec sheet. So like we always suggest, do take a test ride. Now there's still one royal problem. and I can't tell you right now how it fares against it. But once we go back to Pune, we'll call this one back against its competitors and we'll test them out back to back to let you know. Until then, signing off.